researches there over the years, you know. So for the first time in Nigeria, we are going to have a satellite that is our own. Satellite that is our own. Nigeria have had like 6 satellites. 6, we say we have 6 satellites, but how can we say we have satellites? We don't have satellites. When you say you have a satellite, the base station, the mission center, and the data center are all domiciled outside Nigeria. How can you take ownership and say you have it? You don't have it. Mostly people that have been launching these satellites are Chinese, and we normally have them in China. So we cannot say we have a satellite. We cannot, because we don't even know if it is satellites that are running, that they will tell us it is our own. We don't even know what's going on with it. In the morning they give you data, you know, and they also sell data to other people, you know. So that is part of the mess we have been going through. But the president insisted that we must have our own satellite. And he approved 4 satellites to be launched in Nigeria, you know. And those 4 satellites, we have 3 Earth observation satellites. And for the first time in the history of this country, we are going to have SAR satellite, synthetic aperture radio satellite. That one you can see in the morning, you can see in the evening, at night, through fog, through low visibility, know everything. You see very clearly with SAR. That's the first time we're going to launch it in Nigeria. And we can have one launched as early as middle of the year. And once that one is launched, you know, it is this attitude of the Chinese to us that I insisted on having our satellite launched from Europe. So I have Satlantis, I have Endosat. Satlantis is Spain, Endosat is Belgium. So when we have, Satlantis have the best payload in the whole world. If you want to be serious, you get your payload from there. So we have Satlantis, we have Endosat, you know. So when we launch it, you know, we launch the first one, then the second and third that are Earth observation, we will bring it to Nigeria, get the payload from Satlantis, and do other components in Nigeria. We assemble it in Nigeria ourselves. That way we will learn on how to assemble proper satellites and on how to start talking of making payloads. That's the way to grow. We can't keep importing and buying satellites from outside. We will start learning. So under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this is part of the gift he's giving to this country. You know, by the time we finish launching 4 of these satellites, Nigeria will be a guru in launching satellites, in building satellites. You know, we will create jobs, we will create economy, and it will start working. And it is only a president like that that can give that kind of approval. You know, because he understood it when we were discussing. He understood every bit of the move. And that is why we are talking of satellite today. Apart from satellites, there are other major, you know, milestones we have achieved. We are doing Cassava, you know, value chain addition. You know, with Cassava, what we have today, Nigeria is the largest producer of cassava in the world, with 64 metric tons annually. The largest producer. We produce between 25 to 30% of the whole cassava in the world. But how much do we make out of the exports? We make about $1,050,000, roughly $1 million. But a place like Indonesia, they produce 800,000 tons of cassava, not even up to 1 million, but we produce 64 million. Not even up to 1 million, but their export on cassava is $16.4 million. Is there anything wrong with us? We are not getting it right. So we came in and said we must start adding value to our cassava. We are not going to be exporting raw. We are not going to be exporting raw. So the president gave me the approval too and said, okay, do the value chain. We will have one in each geopolitical zone. We are phasing it out. We are starting with 3, 1 per geopolitical zone, you know, and with that, We are going to be through cassava. We are going to get our methanol, methane if we want. We get starch, fructose from starch. We are talking of sorbitol. We are talking of maltol. We are talking of even this gum arabic. Methanol is about the second largest selling commodity in the world. It is a precursor to most of the chemicals you can think about. Formaldehyde, dimethyl ethyl, ammonia, ammonia nitrate, propylene, polyethylene. Any chemical, it forms a base for production. And methanol, essentially, you can use it in the ship, as a fuel instead of diesel and all this. They are phasing out all these other things they are using. So methanol is one of the things they will be using. So he gave me permission and approval to do 10,000 metric tons a day of methanol. We have investors coming from abroad, bringing about $2 billion already for this methanol production.
Why are you citing the first one?
We are looking at, because it uses gas. And Imo State has the largest deposit of gas in the whole West Africa. The largest and the cleanest gas in the whole of West Africa. No. Imo. It has the largest and cleanest gas in West Africa. We know. I'm not talking of Africa because that one is not verified. So we are looking at Imo, and it is important that we have it near the evacuation point. So we are looking at through Orashi River. We have done the bathymetric study. We have done the environmental impact assessment done by Deloitte and Touche, the best of it in the whole world, for dry season and for wet season for 1 year. They have done it. We have done the feasibility, done in Houston and done in Germany. It was in Germany, they now included green hydrogen, and we are doing green hydrogen.
Well, this is 1 year of this.
Yes. That is it. We don't make noise.
Is there any resistance?
We have done the bathymetric study. We have done the environmental impact assessment done by Deloitte and Touche, the best of it in the whole world, for dry season and for wet season for 1 year. They have done it. We have done the feasibility, done in Houston and done in Germany. It was in Germany, they now included green hydrogen, and we are doing green hydrogen.
Well, this is 1 year of this.
Yes.
That is it. We don't make noise.
Is there any resistance? Nigerian politics, they are bringing it to the southeast first.
No. It is, the important thing is nearness to the source of raw material. Yes. That is what it is. Nearness to the source of raw material. Because investors will look at how do they maximize profit. If you site it in any other place, you have to lay a pipe that will take the gas, which doesn't make sense. To lay a pipe, you know what it is? So that is why we have a president that is business-minded. Any other president would have said, site it here, site it there, site it. But he looked at this thing, and he gave NMPC, he gave a marching order to sign a gas purchase agreement with us. So we are good to go.
Has NMPC will buy from you?
No, gas purchase agreement.
Okay.
To get the raw material.
To get from them. Okay.
Because you remember that earlier this year, President commissioned 3 gas infrastructures. 1 in Delta, 2 in Imo. The one of Imo, they have they harness about 300 million square feet a day, each of the gas infrastructure, a total of about 600 million square feet a day. And what we need in ethanol is about 340 million square. So we are covered in the infrastructure to produce the 10,000 metric tons a day. And the good thing about methanol factory is that once you produce it, once you start, within 2 years, you will recover your money. There's no business that is as good as that. 2 years. If it is 2 billion you put in there, before 2 years, you recover 2 billion and pay back.